Hey everybody, it's Eddie J on Crypto for Grow My Bag TV, and I hope you're having a good one. There's a lot to unpack. This week is going to be a very busy week. There are all kinds of rumors flying around that it's highly possible that all of the Bitcoin spot ETF applicants could actually wind up getting phone calls this week to prepare for the 10th. That's actually huge. That's very huge. Because that would mean that they'll get notice this week for a launch next week. My question still remains, which one gets the call, right? Or do they all happen at the same time? Do a couple of them get preferential treatment just because of when they came in? Looking at you, Grayscale. So there is a lot to actually unpack in that space. So that's what has me wondering. Then you have Alex Krüger. He's actually a renowned economist, and he's saying, listen, there's going to be a huge, rise in Bitcoin when those Bitcoin ETFs get approved. And then he's saying there could be a huge crash thereafter just because of the amount of profit taking that could happen thereafter. And I've been thinking about that for a while, because, everybody wants to take their profit because, when I'm investing, what I really want to do is I want to put in my money and then start shaving off as much of my money as possible so that I wind up playing with other people's money. That's just my philosophy on it all. So I've been thinking about what would be the immediate impacts. You have some of us that are saying, I keep telling you guys, I have a wallet that I use that's strictly for investing. I only put in, I have not taken out. Then I have other wallets where I'm actually playing the game, not trading necessarily, but definitely playing the game of investing and trading and actually using my digital assets. When I do that, the reason why is because, I could actually get some good profit off of that, right? So imagine when Solana hit 125, sell at 125, comes back down, hits 99, buy at 99, and you keep playing those bounces. I mean, it's hard. It's a hard game to play, but you can actually, say to yourself, people are going to invest and then people are going to take profit. It's for you to recognize when those events are going to happen, right? And then capitalize on those events. There are always ways that you can kind of play around with ups and downs. That's why I have a 5% rule, right? Because I've actually got a couple of triggers that pay attention to 5% swings. Because if I see something that drops 5%, there's a trigger that tells me, hey, something dropped 5%. This could be a buying opportunity. And then I wait to see if it goes just a hair above 5% and then bam, right? Because if I believe in that particular project, I believe that it's going to go up. And that's what I'm paying attention to. What's up next? So you have all of that economic data that comes out this week. You've got the Fed meeting minutes that come out tomorrow. That's going to be huge. You've got jobs data. So all of those things are going to play into how Bitcoin can react, how stocks are going to react. And just because you're making investments in crypto does not mean that you shouldn't be making investments in stocks. Think about Hut 8, Riot, MicroStrategy. Just think about all, Coinbase. Think about all of the publicly traded companies, right, that are involved with crypto and how they've been affected. Have you done your research on that? I do, because I want to know, do they go up and down, based on what crypto is doing? And if so, what are those triggers that move them up and move them down? Because I'm interested in playing the game on both sides. I love crypto and I love stocks and options. Just saying, those are the things that I pay attention to. The prediction from Michael Saylor is that obviously Bitcoin is going to have a banner year next year. So we're in agreement with that, or banner year this year. That's not a joke. I don't even know that I would call that a prediction anymore. He's been a Bitcoin bull forever. So this guy is really, really smart. Think about what MicroStrategy does for a living. Like, everybody at that company has a brain, like a big brain. But I'm looking at this and I'm saying to myself, he's not wrong, and he's not wrong for any of the reasons that he's laid out, which is why I do my research. I know what's going to happen to Bitcoin. I want to know what's going to happen to everything else. This is why I'm digging in this year. This week is the perfect week to do a look back on what altcoins outperform Bitcoin. Looking at you, Solana. We'll hit those. We'll hit those a little bit later, but you'll be able to see how that actually works and where you might have opportunities. So that's something else that I'm doing. And then you have Bill Morgan saying, "Listen, I've got some dealings in SEI. I've added them to my portfolio, and I'm paying attention." Right? For me, he's paying attention to SEI just because, he's got insider information, not insider information from a trading perspective, just he's got insights and he's got his own research, and that's what makes him look at it. For me, you want to know what I'm looking at? I'm looking at Shiba Inu and Hedera Hashgraph. The reason why is because both of them are doing amazingly well. And I'm not talking stellar, but I'm saying that Hedera has been easing up for a while now. For a while, it had been underperforming my investment in Shiba Inu, and now it's outperforming my investment in Shiba Inu. And that's something I'm paying attention to, because Hedera's got a different level of technology. So that's something for me to kind of take notice. But anyway, you know what we should do? We should take a look at the numbers. See how the numbers are going this week. Let's see. Yeah, that's just one of the articles that we have. When I write articles, I keep them short and sweet. I want to give you the information and make sure you have it and move on from there. That's really what my idea is. But let's get to the numbers that I'm really looking at, right? So like I said, this week we've got information coming tomorrow about U.S. job openings, and we have the Fed meeting minutes tomorrow. We also have ADP unemployment. And on Friday, that's when we get the U.S. unemployment report and we get the U.S. unemployment rate. Those are things that we should be really, really, really paying attention to. I'm expecting there are going to be a lot of companies, especially in the financial area, that are probably going to have, layoffs. We've already heard about them, but there'll be other companies that are going to be doing the same thing. For the most part, I think they're going to be settling down and quieting down in Q1 this year. And then we'll see how these companies fare going forward. But I think they might have to call people back just because I think it's going to be a hot market this year for all sides. Then you have the fear and greed index at 71. Last week, the high last month was 73. We'll see what happens. I kind of agree with where it is right about now. For me, I'm a little bit higher personally, just because I can see what I'm getting from my research, and I'm saying, yeah, I could see more stuff. For DeFi Llama, yeah, total value locked right now is at 73.69 billion. That's actually really good. Here's something I want you to pay attention to. When the Bitcoin spot ETFs get, approval, I think that what's going to wind up happening is you're going to see altcoin total value lock go up tremendously. Why? Because that's basically a validation point. When that happens, that is not only going to validate Bitcoin, but it kind of puts a validation on a lot of the projects that are out there, a lot of the other coins that are out there. That's why I pay attention to total value lock so much, because these are people that are saying, yeah, hold that for me. Let's make some interest off of that. These are the safe bet people. Right? So you're looking at Lido, Aave, Maker, Uniswap. So you're just looking at places where people are parking their money and saying, yeah, I'm going to earn interest off of that. Like a bank, except I'm probably going to earn more interest from this than I would at a bank, at a traditional bank, I would say. And then you have Bitcoin that's way above. Right now, it's way above 45,000. Way above 45,000. Remember what I said? I said if we hit above 44,741, we could be looking at that apex that leads to more. And here we go. I mean, we're still kind of within a band. We're still kind of moving laterally. We're not up tremendously, but watch that pop when the news hits that, oh, hey, everybody got approved. You'll see everybody flocking to buy Bitcoin. you'll see everybody flocking to buy Bitcoin. And then you'll see everybody saying, oh my God, I got to start getting into cryptos. You're going to see a panic attack start to hit people that are in business, small businesses that have, e-commerce websites that are saying, oh, I need to get in on crypto. I need to start accepting crypto. The same way back in the day, they started saying, I need to start accepting credit cards. Just saying, watch what I'm telling you. And we can help with that, of course, right? We've got Rebel Reach, web hosting platform. We give you access to AI, we give you access to crypto, all that good stuff. Anyway, you can see who's up right now. You can see that Stacks is up big, Algo's up big, Near is up tremendously, Solana is up. Look at that, 115. Now, some people are going to sit back and ask me, Eddie, do you think that, we can still get in on this? And I'm going to point to something, and you're probably all going to smack me in the back of the head, but none of these guys are near their all-time highs. See what I'm saying? You know what? Let's go look at a graph. Not a graph, but let's look at the numbers that I have. Let me refresh this real quick and see where we are. So you don't have many losers, right? Because I just told you I have a 5% rule. You've known that for a while if you've been watching. So you've got Helium that's down. I think that's profit taking. Let's see who else that I pay attention to. BSV I don't pay attention to, but it is down 6%. But you don't see any real hits on it, so these are things that I pay attention to. But on the other side, SEI is up 24%. Remember what I said about Bill Morgan, the attorney over at Ripple? There you go, 24% pop right there. That's kind of a big deal. A Star, I've been telling you about it, but a Star for a while, it's up 22%. Right? I've been telling you about that one for a while. Don't sleep on it. Hedera, Hashgraph, HBAR, told you 15% up on that puppy. Arbitrum is up. Pocket Network, I don't really mess around with, but it's up 15%. Arbitrum is up 15%. I don't mess with the graph just because I haven't done enough research. That's the only reason why I don't mess with coins that are in the top 100. It's only because sometimes I haven't done my own research, and I really don't want to have a huge spread in what I'm playing around with. I kind of tailor my wallets. If I had a lot of money, tons of money, if I was loaded, yeah, I'd go in and I'd buy a whole bunch of stuff. But these are the things I'm paying attention to. So let's see. You have Cadena. No, I don't mess around with Cadena, but it's worth noting that it's up 14%. Anybody else I'm paying attention to? Celestia up 13%. Not something that I'm playing around with, but I've heard people playing around with Celestia. I still need to know what they're all about, but I want you to look at this. What's their market cap? Almost $2 billion. Any project that has a $1 billion plus market cap is a project I'm going to pay attention to. It's a project that's going to be on my list to go do research. And there you are. Anyway, this is Eddie J on crypto for growmybag.tv. Do me a favor, hit me up. Let me know if I'm doing a good job. And if I'm not doing a good job, hit me up and let me know what you'd like to see change. Ask me any questions. What I prefer for you to do is hit me up on growmybag.tv. Anyway, hope you have a good one. Bye-bye.